Your business has two jobs. One is to stay in business, and the second one is to make you money and to increase your net worth. And if you think about those two things, staying in business and increasing your net worth, one of the most important parts of that is profitability. There's something that I hear way too often from entrepreneurs who are running 6-figure, 7-figure, and sometimes even 8-figure businesses. I'll get into a discussion with them about their business and ask them, like, how much revenue is it making? How big is the team? And then I'll say, what are your margins? And they'll say, well, I'm reinvesting all of the money into the business now and it's not making money. It hurts my chest when I hear this. I know there's a lot of companies out there that have taken on funding, that have investors, that are working with hedge funds or they're working with venture capitalists, and they have a ton of money, and someday they're going to make money and they're increasing their valuation. This video is for the rest of us. For those of us who are bootstrapping businesses, who are growing businesses organically, who haven't taken on funding, haven't taken on investment. If you're in this situation, then I want to help you get over this feeling that you're reinvesting in the business, or get over this dogma that reinvesting in the business is the right thing to do. Here's how you grow a healthy business. You make the business make you money. You make the right decisions in the business so that it's actually profitable. All too often, when I'm talking to somebody or coaching a business and we look at what they're doing, this excuse of I'm reinvesting in the business is really an excuse to pay for things that you don't really need, to allow the business to run in a way that is not efficient or effective, to spend more money in the business that you need to on things that aren't actually growing the business. And so if you think about these two goals, stay in business and increase your net worth, be profitable so that you're making money, this is going to change how you look at the company. Because every dollar you spend in a business should actually be doing something for the company. Far too often, people start pulling forward expenses. As an entrepreneur, I know how it is. You start making some money and you think, I need to go spend money on this business. If that's how you look at every decision that you make, you will have a long path to profitability. And here's the biggest reason this is an issue. You are consistently and constantly putting your business at risk. If you have very little margin in the company, if you're not making a lot of money, all it takes is some issue with your ads or with your conversion mechanism or with your delivery, where you go from making very little money to losing money. And when a business is losing money, it presents massive challenges. If there is pressure on a business, that's good. If there's some competitive pressure, if there's pressure to grow, that can move a business in the right way. But when you put excessive pressure on a business and it starts losing money, things get really challenging really fast. Suddenly the investments that you're making don't make sense. And you have to start cutting people out of the business, or you're cutting expenses out of the business. And you have to do it in a way that it's an emergency, because if you can't keep funding the business when it's losing money, then you're in a place where the business is not going to survive. So here are some thoughts for you. The business needs to make you money. And so these are some of the things you should run as a filter every time you spend money. Is this something that the business needs right now, or am I investing in the future of the business? Far too often in smaller businesses, what happens is, as you start ramping up your expenses and lowering your margins, you put this excessive amount of pressure on you, on the team, on conversion, on getting sales. And that makes us all make decisions in a way that does not create a long-lasting, real company. And so here's the shift. Start looking at your business as a vehicle where you actually make money. Start tracking your net worth on a monthly basis, every month. Write down a list of all your liabilities, all the things where you owe money, and then all the assets you have, and how much money is coming out of the business and transferring to you to increase your net worth so that you make more money, and you will instantly start making better decisions in the business. You'll start fortifying the business. You'll start making decisions on what you need now, not what you need tomorrow. And in a company, when you're making decisions around the health of the business, around the growth of the business, that's when you build the company that survives. Don't let anyone talk you into having a company that doesn't make money or makes very little money and investing in the future. Because if you're bootstrapping, if this is about you doing it, if you don't have outside investors, the money that you make in that business is the cushion that is going to get you through any type of issue like I described before. Don't think you're reinvesting when you're just spending the margin in a business. Invest on what you need today, not tomorrow. Grow your business in the right way. Make decisions around what you actually need, and you will actually make money in a company, which is what the job of the company is in the first place. Stay in business, make margin, and increase your net worth. If this was important to you, share it with an entrepreneur who needs to hear it. And take a minute right now. I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and be here with me as I release more content to help entrepreneurs build teams, build businesses, and let's be honest, the most important part, build lives that we really want.